The farm was quiet. Night had fallen. 12-year-old Keith stood near the old well, the rusty crank cold beneath his hand. The well was dry, useless. Or so everyone thought. A voice drifted up from the darkness below. It whispered his name. Keith. Keith froze. He glanced around, but he was alone. His family was inside the farmhouse, their laughter a distant murmur. He leaned closer to the well, his heart pounding. "Who's there?" he called, his voice barely a whisper. The voice returned, stronger this time. "Keith, I hunger!" Section 2. The Bucket and the Bounty. The well was ancient, lined with rough stones. Its wooden bucket hung empty on a frayed rope. Keith peered into the darkness. He could see nothing, not even the bottom. The voice seemed to come from the very earth itself. It was old and raspy, filled with a strange hunger. "What do you want?" Keith asked, his voice trembling. The voice chuckled, a dry, rustling sound. "Something tasty. Lower it down and you shall be rewarded." Keith hesitated. He thought of the cookies cooling in the kitchen. He grabbed a handful and dropped them into the bucket. He lowered it slowly, his hand shaking. The bucket came back up. It held a single piece of pure silver. Section 3. The Full Moon's Price. Keith learned the secrets of the old well. The voice only spoke on nights when the moon was full. It craved offerings, and it rewarded them generously. He brought it food at first, then trinkets, toys. Each time the bucket returned with something precious. Silver coins, then jewels, sparkled in the moonlight. Keith kept his secret. He would sneak out to the well on those moonlit nights, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. The old voice became a familiar friend, whispering promises of riches in the dark. But it always asked for more. Section 4. Whispers and Gold. As Keith grew older, so did the old man's appetite. It wasn't satisfied with trinkets anymore. It wanted more. It wanted life. Keith started small, lowering chickens down the well, then a lamb. He received gold for these offerings, heavy coins that felt warm in his palm. The farmhands began to talk about disappearances, sheep gone missing, a farmhand who vanished without a trace. Nobody suspected Keith. He was just the quiet farm boy, growing taller and stronger. But he held a dark secret, a bond with the thing in the well. The gold bought his silence. The whispers in the night promised him more. The old man in the well had found something truly rewarding, and Keith was happy to keep feeding its hunger.